All right, welcome to the 954sports.com YouTube channel. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'm Matt Levine, and I figured since we're at the halfway point, halftime of the week, so to speak, hump day, a great way to put a close, not quite a ribbon and a bow, on Week 7 in the National Football League, and we get ready to usher in Week 8 with the 954sports.com. As you see in parentheses, meaningful and meaningless, top 10 takeaways and tidbits for Week 7 in the NFL. What does that mean? It means that yours truly was parked on the lazy boy enjoying a bevy of games last Thursday through Monday. Took some notes, put together a top 10 list. Not quite Letterman. He is the GOAT, period, of top 10 lists. But what I did was kind of stream of conscience, brainstormed, just kind of jotted some thoughts on paper. Took 10 of them to share with you and make my list. So thanks for joining me. Again, the 954sports.com YouTube station. Looking for those subscribers. Enough said. Let's move on to the top 10 list. At number 10, if you watch the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, all you needed to see was the throwback uniforms. First thought, as soon as I saw the red unis with the white helmets, the Buffalo Bills, congratulations, you look like zits on Sunday. Number 9. I'm gonna make you stare at those red unis and those white helmets for just another second. If you were tortured enough by bad football this season with the Miami Dolphins, well, you may have not seen nothing yet. However, this team did beat the Dolphins. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a Giants fan in the NFC East, although the Giants with their 2 wins against 5 losses are hardly ones to throw stones at glass houses, including their fans like myself. But man, do the Washington Redskins stink. I mean, the only team they beat were the Dolphins, who I think could be the only worst team when it comes to the end of this season in the NFL in league history. Maybe battling for that right with the Skins. As you see them Sunday fall in what was one of the worst games I'd ever seen, except for the slides. Bosa and the 49ers celebrating their perfect 6-0 start. The only highlight in that 9-0 tragedy of a game was seeing the players act like little kids on the field enjoying the natural surface. What's a rain game on the artificial surfaces? Just another wet game. On the natural surface, you get some mud involved, you get some slip and slides. The Niners with a win makes it at least a tad bit interesting, but boy, are those Redskins bad. Dolphins too. Giants, not much to celebrate, but there are levels of futility in the NFL this season. Number 8. If you didn't know who Chase Edmonds was Sunday, I really didn't. You now do. Second-year running back from Fordham University. Go Rams. Bronx, New York, alive and well. This kid looked like Walter Payton against the New York Giants in the 27-21 win on Sunday at MetLife Stadium. It reminded me of the old pinball machine on a football field. And when it comes to pinball machines, the only one that ever mattered for some reason were the Kiss pinball machines. Now, yours truly had a chance to meet Gene Simmons and Kiss in 1982. Story for another day. Was I impressed? Not really. Do I like the music? Not really. But something about that Kiss pinball machine and this dude on Sunday, Chase Edmonds, 3 touchdowns, 126 yards, 27 carries. Not only did he act like a Hall of Famer on the field, but I liked the post-game press conference in which he talked about himself grabbing some headlines and making a name for himself in the National Football League with the Cardinals' victory. Let's take a listen.
Extremely stoked, man. Again, coming back here, being a small school guy, I already had a chip on my shoulder, and obviously Saquon was coming back, and I knew it was going to be an electric atmosphere. So I just wanted to go out here and show people, make a name for myself. Really, I'm still a second-year player, just trying to make a name for myself in this league.
And he certainly did. Great game for him on Sunday. Congratulations. Now, in watching that game, which brings me to number 7 on the list, I had some other random thoughts. Meaningless, meaningful, I don't know. We're determining that as we go here on the 954sports.com YouTube station. Again, I'm Matt Levine. But number 7 led me to thinking about this guy Sunday and just how spectacular and fun he is to watch on the football field. The reigning Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma, the Sooner, who went number 1 overall in the draft last April to the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, just fun to watch, making things happen. Hard to take down. Reminds me a lot of Doug Flutie as a quarterback. Maybe in the world of sports you can compare him to this dude. Maybe he's the Altuve of quarterbacks. Altuve, killing my New York Yankees. A former MVP, a champion, and a great one. We shall see. Nonetheless, Buffalo had a thing about doing cereals the right way for their quarterbacks. Kelly Crunch to your left, Flutie Flakes to your right. Kyler Murray needs a cereal. These two, Flutie and Murray, obviously had a chance to meet, as you see the cute little caption for all the short, in quote, quarterbacks out there. Well, number 6 on my top 10 list would allow me to think this thought Sunday. I would love to hang out with Doug Flutie and watch an Arizona Cardinals game in person or on the TV. In fact, Doug Flutie, if you're ever in the 954 in South Florida, hit me up, 954sports.com. You're invited. Barbecue, cold ones over here. Just want to watch you watch this kid who reminds me so much of yourself with his electric play on the NFL football field Sunday. Number 5. Let's talk about an active player turned broadcaster. This guy right here. Number 88 in your programs. Greg Olsen for the Carolina Panthers had a bye. So what did he do? Took up some broadcasting and worked color commentary for the Giants-Cardinals game, and he was fabulous. So good that he made me think, he has a chance to be like a former Giant in Michael Strahan and not only go big time as a color commentator or sportscaster, but go big time as a broadcaster, any medium, any genre, at a television near you sometime in the near future. Did a great job. I enjoyed his color analysts, and again, the sky's the limit when he decides to hang them up, and I do believe he will be a Hall of Fame football player. Number 4. Jumped the slide before. But I got to tell you, folks, I'm not going to show the replays because I've seen enough of those. This quote says it all. If you watch the end of the San Diego Charger-Tennessee Titans game, it comes down to this. Enough with the friggin' replay. Dude, it's making the games impossible to watch. The Chargers get ripped off twice, basically. My first thought was they should sue somebody, and what a travesty that game was. Read the quote there. I'll read it out loud. I never minded reading out loud in class as a kid. Never. I liked it. On the field, we won it twice. We scored twice with 20 seconds left in the game. And they called a touchdown on the field. I looked at the sideline a few times, like that's the game. To have that happen toward the end of one of the craziest games I've ever been in. Tight end Hunter Henry. Well said. What a shame for him and the Chargers. The replay is completely out of hand. Enough is enough. You got to find a way to limit it or just take it out altogether. I don't care how well technology has advanced. I've had it. In that game again, A tragedy on Sunday. Shame on you, NFL. Chargers deserve a win. Titans deserve an asterisk next to the win they were able to get. So that's number 4. Number 3 in the cards here. Think about this as we picture this guy, David Tyree. How far the New York Giants have fallen in comparison to the New England Patriots. Giants beat the Patriots for their second Super Bowl with Eli Manning and company in a handful of years back in 2011. Since then, the Giants have had one winning season in playoff berth. That was in 2016. The Giants the last 3 years are combined 10-29. They have never returned to glory. Patriots just keep on winning. Been to 4 Super Bowls since, have won 3 of them. We all know how well that dynasty has thrived and survived while the Giants have sunk to the depths of the bowels of the NFL. Just above those Dolphins and Redskins that I mentioned earlier, but not by much, and that hurts me to say that. So that's number 3. Number 2, I thought was, dude, Matt Moore still in the NFL? Gotta admit, I forgot. Chad Henne, I remember getting injured. He was supposed to be the number 2 behind Mahomes in Kansas City. Mahomes, unfortunately, took a nasty injury on that right kneecap Sunday. Collectively, I think football fans everywhere, if you're a Chiefs fan or not, you never want to see these guys get hurt, especially a magician, a brilliant, brilliant football. You talk about excitement with Kyler Murray. This kid has put excitement with NFL football on a new level. I just like him off the field, too. Seems like a class act. I remember his pops, pitcher with the Mets and many other teams. And he's a consummate pro in the making. The injury, it looks like, will keep him out at least the next 3 games against mostly the NFC North. The Chiefs will host Aaron Rodgers. What a crazy game last week. He should be in the top 10. He didn't make it. Kind of spoiling it. He didn't make it, but he deserves it. 5 touchdowns, retro, throwback game, vintage, whatever you want to call it. The guy looked like an MVP. Green Bay is coming up this week for the Matt Moore-led Chiefs. Then they've got the Vikings. Then they have Tennessee. It looks like Mahomes may miss all 3 games. We shall see. I mean, we saw Saquon come back quickly for the New York Giants and miraculously heal. Guys do it nowadays. Just for the ha-has, giggles, Patriots welcome the Chiefs December 12th. By then, Mahomes should be good to go, and you hope both teams are at full strength, because that should be a blockbuster of a matchup to look forward to, and what is really not that long down the road from now. So Matt Moore takes over against Denver. Efficient, 10 of 19, hooked up with Tyreek Hill on a touchdown pass, 117 yards, kept the game in check, and the Chiefs enjoyed the victory at Mile High. And finally, it brings me to number 1 on the list of Week 7's 954sports.com's meaningless, meaningful takeaways and tidbits. So number 1, well, I'll let you watch for yourself. I'm sure you probably would guess that this is number 1, but hey, nonetheless, you got to take a look and listen.
Seeing ghosts.
One more time. So good.
Seeing ghosts.
It's not number 5. That's number 1. Sam Darnold, with words that will live in NFL infamy. Figures it's a Jets quarterback. The butt fumble. Now I'm seeing ghosts. In that terrible loss, what was it, 34-0? He threw 4 interceptions. They fall to the Patriots. Belichick comes to East Rutherford and embarrasses the New York Jets. So my final thought on I'm Seeing Ghost and our number one tidbit takeaway for 954sports.com and week 7 in the NFL. My final thought is, excuse the pun, Sam Darnold, you got mic'd up for the game, and that's going to haunt you for the rest of your career. We'll catch you in week 8 right here on 954sports.com. I'm Matt Levine saying adios.